and welcome to another Tabletop Games blog review video. Today we're looking at KeyForge by Fantasy Flight Games. It is a two-player only unique card game, and I'll explain unique in a minute. It takes about 15 to 45 minutes to play and has a difficulty of around 2.5 out of 5, so ages 12 and above I'd say. It's by designer Richard Garfield of Magic the Gathering fame and was released in 2018. So, what is this all about? Well, it is basically a collectible card game, but not in the common sense of buying a deck and then buying boosters and trading with friends to build the deck that you want, but it is actually a deck that is fixed. The combinations of cards that are possible here are in the billions. But each deck that you buy is unique, not in the sense of the cards themselves necessarily. So cards in your deck will appear in other decks as well. Also, the houses, which are there's different categories of cards, different factions, will appear in other decks as well. But the combination of the specific cards in your deck will not appear anywhere else. And more importantly, each deck has a unique logo printed on the back and a unique name as well. Which means it's printed on every card, which means you cannot extend your deck. You can also not take cards out. It is a fixed deck of 37 cards. So when you buy it, you obviously have to get used to what the different cards do, and the more you play it, hopefully the better you get at it. What is the game generally about though? Well, it is like most card games sort of this type, where you play cards to attack your opponent. You're trying to collect so-called Æmber, and once you've got 6 Æmber you can forge a key, and once you've got 3 keys you win the game. And of course, as you're playing cards, you're attacking the opposing cards, and cards get discarded and even archived, which is a way of basically storing cards for a later turn, and all sorts of effects happen, which is something you get in most cards of these card games of this type. So that's not necessarily unusual, but it's a uniqueness that hasn't been done anywhere else before. Now, for some people this is obviously not very nice. Many people love the idea of collectible card games where they can go out, buy a basic deck, buy some booster packs or other special cards, maybe trade with their friends, and build a deck that they like to play, that they know inside out, and then if it's not quite as good, maybe add some more cards to it, or take some others out to really refine it. The problem with that, in my view though, is that it ends up being a matter of money. So the richer you are, the more decks you can afford, and the better your deck might be, or the more to your specifications. Now, KeyForge is different in that respect. You buy a deck, not very expensive, about 10 quid or so, and you just, again, you get used to it. You play it, you try out different combinations, you see what the deck is good at and what isn't, and then you're stuck with it. I quite like that idea. I don't want to spend days and hours and lots of money to try and refine a deck that then defeats things. I'm not that sort of card player. I like war games like Mystic Vale or Star Realms, where you basically have a fixed deck, and you draw cards and build your deck in that way, so we're all sharing the same pool of cards. So for me, KeyForge is perfect. I just buy a deck, I have a look, quite excitement obviously opening it and see what logo is and what the name is and what cards are in there, and you start playing it, and the more you play it, the more you get used to it, and the better you get at this deck. If you really do not get on with the deck, you can always just buy another one. In fact, I bought 4 decks, and it's not too expensive, I would say. They say you should buy the starter pack, which gives you all the Æmber tokens and chains and all those sort of things, and it comes basically with 2 starter decks, which are the same for all the starter packs, just something for you to practice with, and then 2 unique decks as well. So you get 4 decks and all the tokens, which isn't bad, but personally I must say you don't need to do it. I started using my own tokens when starting to play it. Also, you can and you're encouraged to register your deck on the KeyForge website. Once you've done that there, you can then copy a link across to the Crucible online website and play with your deck online against other people around the world. And I've done that a few times. It's great fun, and again, another way of practicing a deck and getting used to it and seeing whether it's any good. And the plan is, if decks are really bad, there are ways of creating a handicap, so-called chains. So stronger decks can basically be handicapped a little bit to try and balance things out. But so far, I don't think there's anyone recommending handicaps for specific decks. I've now played this game with my friends. We've done like a 2x2 sort of mini session, so 2 of us played and 2 others, so 4 of us in total, with the 4 decks that I bought, and my friends quite enjoyed it. Some people who have been playing Magic the Gathering obviously are really sort of puzzled by how this game works, but overall I think it's really good fun. And the houses are themed as well, so there's 7 houses in total. You get 3 in your deck, and when we played that one evening, I was playing Mars quite a bit, and it really felt like these are the creatures from Mars Attacks, where they do lots of attacks and sort of run around, get killed themselves, but sort of come back again and you swarm over the opponent, and it's really good fun. So there's obviously other houses as well with a different theme. So as I say, overall I think it's the right game, certainly for me. I love it. I can't wait to play it again. Definitely going to play it online some more as well. By the way, the links to the Crucible Online and the KeyForge website are in the description of this video, so you can check it out there. And yeah, I can highly recommend it. So have a look yourself at KeyForge Call of the Archons by Fantasy Flight Games. And if you like this video, please, as always, subscribe, like and comment below. Also check out my blog. I've got this review also on there. Again, link in the description below, and obviously follow my Twitter, Patreon, and look at my Ko-fi page if you want to buy me coffee for this video. Other than that, thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.